Okay, back to plague. But lately we've had COVID that we've been dealing with, and has killed lots of people. And I'm not 100% sure as to what's caused it. I do know it was grown in a lab in Wuhan. There are prophets out there that claim that it started somewhere else and was transported to Wuhan to unleash, and this is not the end. A part of this was the um, the needle, and the needle. The reason why they came up with a COVID, by the way, is to put something in us. I've been shown that the jab needle inserts a microchip and graphene, and the way this thing is powered is through part 2 of the mark of the beast, which is a chip, which will give electrical whatever and make the graphene come together and make the chip turn on. And then you will be on your way to hell. Sorry, that's just the truth. But I believe that the jab was also a DNA altering jab, and I've seen it for myself. I have watched my relatives, including my brother and other people, change before my eyes. They changed from a loving, compassionate person that, and then they changed into this. It was very evident that something had come upon them, is the best way I can say. But this was step 1, and this also is the beast system in the Antichrist going in the holy place, which is Matthew, I think it's in Matthew 24, where it says that the beast will, or not beast, Antichrist will be in the holy place. But this is only the beginning of plagues. The next plague or plagues will wipe out millions, and they're supposed to wipe out millions. If you look out, the seal number 4 and the pale horse, it's given was a quarter of the earth to kill by. Actually, that's where the sword, famine, and plague and beast come in. Is seal number 4, and these 4 are released on the earth, and a quarter of the earth of the people will be dead. So that's what, 2 billion people by these different things. So there's going to be another virus that is way more potent and way more deadly and way more jumping from person to person. However, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, because I don't know what will happen in the tribulation, if God will keep after a group of people, or if he's just going to outright allow everyone to go through whatever they go through. But these plagues are coming. And then you have famine. Famine is, you can see famine starting, you can see all the pieces for famine starting to happen now. You have a major pipeline from Russia just was announced to be kept off for Germany. And so all of Europe who relies on it is going to be cut off. We've heard in Ukraine, who supplies 60 to 70% of our wheat, has been cut off, and they can't plant the crops. Fertilizer prices have gone so high that most farmers cannot afford fertilizer. So they've said, okay, well, we'll plant what we can and hope for the best. There's been drought out west, especially in California, where they raise all kinds of stuff, from potatoes to tomatoes to everything else. And so the droughts have taken out a lot of the harvests of corn and wheat and now rice. China's had the worst drought they've ever had, and it's drying up a lot of the rice fields. So, and then you have a lot of the distribution centers out of nowhere attacked, and or not attacked. They claim that they went down. This was done on purpose. There's no way that all of a sudden out of nowhere we have, I think it was like 10 or 12. I could be wrong with the figures, but it's quite a big number of things going down. And then you have the diesel fuel going up in smoke, which and our rail lines are going down. We have truckers, they're told about new regulations that are shutting down many truckers. You have all the boats that were held up in the harbors that they claim were undone by now. However, if you look online as to the boat traffic, they're now hanging out at the Shanghai ports and haven't moved for like months. So freight has not moved. And so, so what I'm trying to say is famine is coming, and the prices we can already see are through the roof. And during the Black Horse, which is Seal 3, it talks about how bread and wheat are like a denarius, and basically it's saying that food is going to be like your whole salary for the day. In many parts of like South America and other places, this is already true and has been true for a number of years. So famine is going to hit everywhere, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to starve to death. And then you have, what is it? I've already gone over plague. Oh, sword. So sword, you're already seeing World War III coming to fruition. You're seeing a lot more people getting involved in Ukraine. And then you're seeing the exploits of China pestering Taiwan at the moment. And they've already said that they're going to invade it like in November, is what I've heard. However, they're not going to hold to a timeline. They could and will attack at any time. I think what they're doing is waiting for the pieces to fall, because without gas and without food, I mean, people are going to be very easy to take over. But Taiwan is the next piece, and from other prophets that have talked about this, it sounded to me like it would be Taiwan, then Japan would get pulled in because of a stray missile that hits Japan, and then they would draw in the U.S., and then Guam and Hawaii would get taken, and then the U.S. would be also involved. And by that time, the U.S. will be so the shortages will have hit here, and people will riot and be so disorganized that this will be a cakewalk. But nukes will go off, and that's been prophesized. The nukes were, I think, let's see if I remember right, Seattle, like Columbus, Ohio, Dallas, Texas, San Fran, I believe, and then in New England it was like, I think it was either New York or like right around New York, and then you have Miami, and I think there are other nuke sites as well, but those are the ones that they mentioned. And I've also heard from past prophets, there's quite a few past prophets that have talked of suitcase nukes being in various locations throughout the U.S. And then you also have, this one's not 100%, but a lot of people point that the U.S. is Babylon. And if that's the case, if you look at, was it Revelation, I think 18, it talks about how Babylon will be laid desolate, and the people will be as rare as the gold of Ophir, which is like rare. So this country will be laid, yeah, there won't be anything left. So yeah, life is going to be very difficult. Um, but these are 4 things God has used in the past, and this is why I'm trying to get people to repent. I'm begging you, open your eyes and realize that life is about to get extremely difficult. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, and you've already seen the stocks going down. Your money is about to vanish. In China, they've already had bank runs, and now they're protecting the banks by tanks. And this is coming here. So so there's always that fun thing going on. So you won't have any money, and if you don't have any stocks or a place to go that you can get away to, life is going to be very difficult. And then actually in the Bible it says, pray that your flight is not in winter, because if you stay in the city, more than likely you will be shot or killed. People are going to turn on one another. Your so-called friends that are in your neighborhood that seem so sweet and innocent are going to come after you and your food and whatever resources you have. Think about it. If you were starving 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, maybe even 20 days, what you would do to get food and get resources. And if you knew that so-and-so had a stockpile, then they are going to come after you. So I believe that God, if you're God's, you will have some place to go and to escape. My plan is to get the heck out of Dodge and go to a place where I know that I can get water well, not easy, but it'll be, I'll have to clean it and stuff, but I have water, I have food, and I have resources, and I'm not going to tell where it is because I don't want anyone to know. Oh, also, by the way, your phone is being tapped. I know that's a shocker. You can test this by having Facebook on and talking about whatever thing on topic while it's open, and you'll find out very quickly that that stuff starts popping up. They're listening to us. There's a group that is constantly monitoring what's going on. I think a lot of this has to do with the devil, and the people that are most monitored are God's people, because he wants us to go down, and he will do anything he can to take us down. So so what I'm trying to do is wake you up and get you to repent now. You need to repent. I don't know. If we don't repent now, God's judgment and hammer is coming down, within weeks. So don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that's happening. So thank you for listening to this. Hopefully it was revealing, but just look it up in the Bible. There's many places, especially in, I think it's the 3rd or 4th seal, where sword, famine, plague, and beast are used. Thank you for joining me, and God bless you all, and please, if you're hearing this after the start, then please fight. If you give up, even if you're being tortured, I can't imagine the pain, but fight, please. Don't give up. Take care, and God bless.